Hey, 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 happy Sunday, happy Sunday. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling? So excited. You're tuned into WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM. And this is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. I'm so excited to be here with you. And hopefully you enjoyed DJ Nick. He always brings something interesting to the table. He always brings something fun. I love when he's on live because I always learn something. He likes to share a lot of information. So I do hope that you enjoyed listening to DJ Nick. And now it's time to have a little conversation. So you are tuned into Dear Jelly. Happy Sunday again. Hope that you are having an amazing Sunday evening. It's a little chilly here in Nashville and raining, but all is well. We're not raining hard. A little sprinkle here and there. Nothing wrong with a little sprinkle. And today we're talking about wanting to get back with an ex, but they're already involved with your friends. Wanting to get back with an ex, but they're already involved with your friends. What do you do? How do you get them back? Should you even want to get them back? Are they an ex for a reason? Should we keep them that way? And can you stay friends with someone who's dating somebody you used to date? Or does that rule no longer apply? That's what we're talking about. So sit back, relax, get yourself some warm and drink, and let me know what you think. You listen to Dear Jelly on the X. What's up, y'all? Sorry. Oh. I forgot I'm not on YouTube, so I cannot play music. Happy Sunday! Who I got here? Hi, Tia. Hi, Jenna. Hey, VL. Sorry, y'all. It's been a little bit of a interesting evening. How are y'all doing? Shout out to VL. His team won. Anybody else down with the Bengals? Am I saying it right? Anybody else? Is that your team? All right. I could not log in. I'm so excited to be back live, y'all, on Facebook. Facebook's such haters. I got hacked and then they locked me out for 30 days, so I'm excited to be back. I appreciate everybody that's still tuned in on the other networks. Should be an interesting conversation today. Hey, Tamika. Yes, I finally got my account back. Whoop, whoop. I've been having to post through Instagram. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, and this is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. Hey, 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 tracking back. That was Kiss Daniel with Lie. Kiss Daniel with Lie. All right, so we're having a conversation. Got some pretty awesome looking people right now on TGI Jelly on Facebook, as well as TGI Jelly on YouTube. And we are having a conversation about exes in terms of wanting your ex back, but your ex has a next, and their next is a used to be friend of yours. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. This gentleman says, my ex, y'all, listen, hey, you don't have to send me names. I almost read it. My ex-wife and I were together for 8 years, married for almost 5 of them. We have we have a young child together. We've been divorced for 8 months. I have been trying to reconcile with her because she is the love of my life and I want our family back together. The problem is, since we separated, she has been seeing my ex best friend, so and so. He was the best man at our wedding. I was heartbroken when I found out. I tried to tell her that he is a manipulator and a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her during their time together. I believe that I am clearly the best man for her and our family. However, she continues to see him even after his true colors have been shown, and after I have done everything to make things right with us and win her back. How should I proceed? Well, he wants to know how he should proceed, y'all. He wants to know how should he proceed. Before we get into that, I do want to share with you about Vinyl Tap. Support for WXNA comes from Vinyl Tap, located at 2308 Greenwood Avenue in East Nashville. Vinyl Tap serves up a large selection of beverages, pub fare, and vinyl with live music and DJs every night. On the last Friday of the month, starting at 8 p.m., WXNA DJs will be spinning at Vinyl Tap, with proceeds supporting the station. For more information, at vinyltapnashville.com. So he wants to know, what should he do? His used to be best friend and best man at their wedding has now become the best man in his ex-wife's life. Hey. I shouldn't laugh. He wants to know what he should do. How should he move forward? He's been trying to tell her that he's not a great guy. That's what we're talking about today. I mean, have you ever been in a situation like that where you realize that you belong with this person, but they've moved on to somebody you once trusted, probably shared too much information with? Just, this can be messy. But hey, I mean, that's what happens when you love somebody, right? Here's Love Somebody by Grotini. You listen to Dear Jelly on the X. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Love from Tia. Jenna says, oh, that sounds messy. Leo, he should get in therapy. Jenna says, see, y'all don't have no actual. Okay, so get in therapy. So outside of therapy, because let's be clear, we all need therapy. Is there anything else that he should do? I mean, are we for reconciliation? It sounds like he wants his family back. Sounds like he wants his family back. What are y'all thoughts on him wanting his family back? He wants his family back. I mean, that's not bad to want your family back. I don't know how he lost his family, but he wants them back. Tia, I have questions. Did he or she discontinue the relationship? Why did it end? Divorce takes a minute. You have to be separated for a period of time, most states, before you can file. I don't know. So, does it take a long time to get a divorce? They've been divorced 8 months. Maybe during that time is where he had time to realize that what he thought he wanted wasn't what he wanted. But I mean, 8 months, it makes you wonder, when did she get with old boy, though? Jenna, I might would let her just be let her come to the conclusion that the best man isn't it. But what if the best man is it? What if he's just being a hater? VL said he may need to deal with the issues which played a role in the divorce and his motives for reconciliation. He's in love. Is love not enough? You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM. And this is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. And tracking back, that was Rotimi featuring Rotimi with Love Somebody. Love Somebody. And speaking of love somebody, we're talking about a gentleman who loves somebody. He loves his ex-wife. If you're just tuning in, the gentleman says that he was with his ex-wife for 8 years, married for almost 5 of them. They have a young child together. They have been divorced for 8 months. And he's been trying to reconcile with her because she is the love of his life. And he wants his family back together. The problem is, since they separated, she has been with his best friend, who was the best man at their wedding. He was crushed when he found out. He's tried to show her that old boy is a manipulator and a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her while they've been together. He believes he is the best man for her and his family. However, she continues to see the other guy, even after his true colors have been shown. And after he's done everything to make things right with her and to win her back, how should he proceed knowing she's making the wrong decision? So, my question would also be like, what have you been doing? Because if you say you've been doing everything to make things right, so what went wrong? What are you doing to make things right? When he says here, she continues to see, he put names in here. She continues to see the guy, even after his true colors have been shown. Were those true colors shown by you? Because she's not going to listen to you if the true colors are shown by you, right? I'm just saying, have anybody ever been in a situation where you turn around and realize that, no, I need to be with said person? So the question is, do you want to be with said person because they're now with someone else and maybe they feel unattainable? I'm just asking. We're just having a conversation. So Jenna was saying that was messy. And VL says he should get in therapy. Hopefully ever he's in therapy. Jenna says she's sipping her tea. Tia says, I have questions. Did he or she discontinue the relationship? Why did it end? Divorce takes a minute. You have to be separated for a period of time in most states before you can file. So I wasn't aware of that. You had to be separated for a period of time before you can file divorce. So how long in most states? Does anybody know? How long do you have to be separated before you can file for divorce? He doesn't say how long they've been separated. The only thing he says is they've been divorced for 8 months. So I don't know how long they've been separated or how long she's been with the other guy. Jenna says, I would let her just be. Let her come to the conclusion that the best man isn't it. But what if the best man is it? I mean, the ex-husband could just be a hater, that his ex-best friend is now his child's, is now spending time with his child or in his child's life, I'm assuming. Or better yet, is now with the woman that he says is he's best for. VL says he may need to deal with the issues which played a role in the divorce and his motives for reconciliation. That's true. Now, he says his motive for reconciliation because he realized that she is the love of his life and that he is what's best for she and their family. Tia says, sounds like she has moved on. It does sound like she's moved on. So my question is, are there rules? Are there boundaries? Like, being as this is his best friend, was that off limits? Or sometimes the better man standing to the side watching you with the wrong man? Like, could the best man have been the better man for her and all this time he's just kind of been waiting in the wing, waiting for his turn? Is that possible? Is that possible? Jenna says it might not be love. He could just feel some type of way because the best man picked up what he fumbled. Ooh. Yeah, I am getting the sense that he is the reason they are not together. And especially with him saying that he has done everything to make things right with us and to win her back. What is the everything? Like, did she give him some things she wanted him to do? Maybe she gave him some ultimatums. I'm very curious as to what would be done if you do know how long it takes to get a divorce, especially here in Tennessee. I'm very interested. Like, how long does it take? Like, how long do you have to be separated before you can get a divorce? Just asking for general purposes, just so I can know. And then, what would you do in this situation? Like, would you be open to being with the best man? He gave a toast to you and your husband. He gave a toast to you and to you and your wife. Would you be open to that type of relationship, knowing that this was the best man? But I guess now they're ex-friends. Does he want her because the other person has her? There's that old saying where nobody wants you till somebody else wants you. No, what's the saying? Nobody wants something that nobody else wants. So has she now become this perfect thing that you just have to have, and the love of your life, now that you see that she's happy with someone else, because maybe you realize that you are the problem and she wasn't happy with you? I'm just asking. So other than he wants to know, how should he proceed? I know VL has suggested he go to therapy. So outside of therapy, what do y'all suggest that he does? What should he do to live beautifully? It does sound like she's moved on. I'm assuming she's moved on. I don't know. Do you think she's moved on, or you think she's maybe using this situation to maybe encourage him to be the man that she wants him to be? Do people do that? I think they do. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And listen, Dear Jelly on the X. Janice, I don't think I would want his friend or ex-friend, however, each own. Do you think because, why? Is it because, would it be because of that saying, birds of a feather flock together? Is that why you feel like you wouldn't want to be with said man? My hair got rained on, y'all, so I keep pulling on it because I don't want my little hair to do this. I think he needs to let her go. They have a child, right? They have a child. So we know you're going to see each other. You're going to have to deal with each other. I think that's another good reason why the whole therapy thing was a great idea. Oh, thank you, Kiara. Okay, so somebody just sent me how long before you can get divorced in Tennessee. This is good to know. And I think just for, not that I'm planning on, getting married and getting divorced, or that anybody else is planning a divorce, because hopefully nobody gets married, with that in the back pocket. But it is just good to know these things, right? So it says a divorce is contested when both parties agree to mediation and remain basically on the same page. 60-day period in Tennessee. That's pretty good. And as T has already shared with us, separation times are based off of whatever state you live in. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM and tuned into Dear Jelly. Hey, 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 this is DJ Jelly. And tracking back, that was Fave with Beautifully. Fave with Beautifully. And speaking of beautifully, it sounds like, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about a gentleman who wrote in and talked about how he's been with, he was with his wife for 8 years. Married for almost 5. They have a young child together. They've been divorced for 8 months. He's trying to reconcile and get his family back. He realizes that she is the love of his life and he wants his family back. He wants his family back. The problem is, since they separated, she has been with his ex-best friend. And this was the best man at his wedding. So, this was his ace boom coon. This was his guy. And now he's her guy. He was crushed when he found out. He's tried to show her that the other guy is a manipulator, a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her. And basically, he's like, look, I'm the man for her. He's saying, he's the man for her, and he wants his family back. However, she continues to see the other guy, even after his true colors have been shown. And he's done everything to make things right with them and win her back. And he wants to know, how should he proceed? How should he proceed, knowing she's making the wrong decision? So, it sounds like she's found something that she's beautifully enjoying, that she thinks is beautiful. Let me track back. And we're having a great conversation with some pretty beautiful people right now on TGI Jelly on Facebook, as well as TGI Jelly on YouTube. And we're talking about what could have happened here. What could have happened? Have you ever been in a situation where you realize that someone else is better for you, or that your ex shouldn't have been your ex? Have you ever been in that type of situation? Have you been in a situation where someone has approached you that was friends with an ex? Could you be involved with someone that was that close with a former partner? While we're pondering that, I do want to share with you that whenever you tune into WXNA, you've got the power of the low power FM radio on. You're hearing the modern sounds of Music City, and it's all possible because of listener support. Keep us going like the Road Runner by becoming a member or making a one-time donation today. Go to WXNAFM.org. So, tracking back, Jenna says it might not be love. He could just feel some type of way because the best man picked up what he fumbled. Jenna says, I don't think I would want his ex or ex-friend, his friend or ex-friend. However, to each her own. Now, is that because you think it's too close to home, or because birds of a feather flock together? Like, why wouldn't you be open if the person seemed amazing? Jenna says, I think he just needs to let it go. And she follows with, I think it's a bit weird. Why is it weird to date a friend of someone? Why is it weird? Let me know. Why do you think this weird? Tia says separation times vary based on which state you live in. Yes. And shout out to Kiara. Kiara sent me what the separation is for Nashville, for Tennessee. And it says you must wait a mandatory 60-day period after filing in the courts to finalize. And that's as of August 22nd, 2022. So for the state of Tennessee, it's only 60 days. So that's not a long time. It's only 60 days in the state of Tennessee. And I think as Tia has already shared, it's different in every state. So it's best to know what the deal is in your state. Jenna says co-parent, but let the wanting her back go. Well, I don't know. Y'all, I do want to acknowledge the fact that, like last week, we were talking about, you love who you love. You can't just turn it off. You can't just turn it off. And clearly this gentleman is feeling some sort of sense of remorse. And everybody's been there at some point. We made a decision, or we've done some things that, when you make a choice. I tell my students, when you make a choice, you choose all that comes with it, and that's the good and the bad. When you make a choice, you chose all that came with it, and to to own that. And so if he made a decision and now he has to live with it, what's that saying? You make your bed, he has to make his bed and lie in it. So I do want to recognize and acknowledge that I know it's not easy to just let someone go, but it's a process. And that's the things why Via was saying, like, it's best to go to therapy and things of that nature. So we recognize that, we acknowledge that, we empathize with you on that. But the process of letting go, I agree, it needs to begin, because it sounds like she's moved on, as Tia said earlier. Tia said, I think sometimes we remember the good stuff and forget the challenges when we get some time and space away from the situation. That's a good point. That's a good point. I can definitely see that happening. Does the good outweigh the bad? Were they premature in getting a divorce? Maybe he feels like they were premature in getting the divorce and wants to reconcile, but she's already with old buddy boy. Jenna says, it's just too close to what was home at one point. Yeah, I can see that. And Jenna followed up with, which means he needs to start the process. He does. Of course, therapy is going to help. Whatever deity you believe in, connecting with that, supporting, surrounding yourself with people that know you, love you. Because look here, she bad. Clearly she's bad, and she knows it, and he knows it. Here She Knows by Harry Song. Listen, Dear Jelly on the X. Have y'all ever been approached by somebody? I mean, I think that I have stopped talking to people and they were like, oh, well, remembering something. Oh, well, what if? Or, but. He said that's a bold move on the best friend's part. Is it though? Is it? How many? Okay, and I know. I've watched a lot of chick flicks. Okay, let's go ahead and establish that now. I know I have. I've watched a lot of movies made for, a lot of chick flicks, and a lot of times they depict someone who's watching on the sideline. That's like the better person, watching and loving and being supportive, knowing you should be with them. So is it a bold move or is it a courageous move? We don't know. Jenna's like, no, it's a bold move. But sometimes you have to go for what you know. Let's be clear. We don't know who approached who. But I understand what you're saying. The bold move in sense of the fact that he entertained it, that he's talking to her, that they're in a relationship. What about bro code? What is bro code? Is it fair for you to miss out on an amazing person because of some dumb bro code? You don't know that you're always going to be friends with that person, but you might always be happily in love with said woman. I'm just saying, like, do these bro codes and girl codes really apply past 30? I'm just asking. Just have the conversation. Like, at what point is it about, like, we're all adults? Hey, Kenny, we're adults. Do what is right for you to be happy. What about his happiness? No, no happiness for him. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, and this is Dear Jelly. Then DJ Jelly. Hey, 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 happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Tracking back, that was Harry's songs, and She Knows, featuring Fireboy DML and Olamide. If you are just tuning in, we're having a really good conversation with some people on TGI Jelly on Facebook and TGI Jelly on YouTube. And we're basically discussing something sent in by a gentleman who he shared about how he was with his ex-wife for 8 years, married for almost 5 of them. They have a young child together. They've been divorced for 8 months, and he's been trying to reconcile with her because he realizes she is the love of his life, and he wants his family back. He wants his family back. The problem is, since they've been separated, she's been seeing his ex-best friend, and this guy was the best man in their wedding. So he was crushed when he found this out because that's supposed to be his boy. He's tried to show the woman that the new guy is a manipulator and a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her during their time together. He did not share how long they've been together. We don't know. But he did say that he believes he is the best man for this woman. He is clearly the best man for this woman. He's what's best for their family. He wants his family back. However, she continues to date the other guy, even after his true colors have been shown. And after he has done everything to make things right with them and win her back. And he wants to know, how should he proceed, knowing she's making the wrong decision. So, of course, we know that he thinks she's making the wrong decision because he believes he's the right guy for her. We get that. We empathize. We know it's hard to just fall out of love. It's not something you can do. You love who you love, right? I said it last week, and I meant that thing. You love who you love. So, my question is, like, we've had some comments about how he should move on, and Tia saying that's a bold move on the best friend's part to step in on your boy's girl, and Jenna agreed that's a very bold move, excuse me, and then Tia asked about bro code. So my question was, do we really do the whole bro code and girl code after 30? Because what if after 25? I don't know. I'm just asking. We're just having a conversation. Because what if that other person, what if you are what's best for the other person? We don't know that you're necessarily going to stay good friends or, with the other person. But what if you do meet the love of your life, and the love of your life just happens to be with a used to be friend, with a bro, or one of your girls? Jenna says, I'm sorry, I'm not dating anyone that dated, married, etc. a friend. So, but you could be missing out on the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm not advocating. I'm just asking. We're just having a conversation. I'm just saying, because, at what point do we do what's best for us and not necessarily what you think somebody else just doesn't want you to do or wants you to do? Jenna says, just like dating friends, family members doesn't always work out. It doesn't always work out, but there are so many different stories, couples, families, established, happy, that it did work out. So are we saying, I understand that we're empathizing with the gentleman. I understand that we're telling him, hey, we get it. You love her. She's moved on. We're empathizing. We are encouraging him to get therapy. We are encouraging him to surround himself with the friends that he still has, and to try to co-parent the best that he can while he heals and tries to move on. But are y'all really saying that if you came across someone who was amazing, exactly what you asked for, what you prayed for, you fit like it should have been always, but because they dated someone that you knew, that you would miss out on possibly the greatest thing that ever happened to you? Is that what y'all are saying? Because of a bro code or a girl code? Who wrote these codes? I'm just asking. We're just having a conversation, and I really want to know what you think. Jenna says, I'm just thinking about the fact your friend was intimate at one point with the person. Kind of weird, is it? Is it weird? Why are we still thinking about the friend? It's in the past. Because, if we're healed and whole, we're not comparing ourselves. It was a long time ago. Just asking. Because at one point, there's that whole 6 degrees of people. You don't know who you know. You don't know who might be connected. And so I'm just saying, I'm just asking, are we really worrying about that? I just want to know, because I just feel like a lot of people are going to miss out on something great based on something that does not exist. Based on something that does not exist. That's all I'm saying. That's how I'm asking. At the end of the day, you want to be happy. Be with somebody you can be a fool for because you're just excited and happy and in bliss. Speaking of that, happy, here's Fool for You. Fool for You by Happy. Listen to Dear Jelly on the X. You gonna pass on it too, Tia? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just picked I picked a song that I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's not the song I wanted. Well, it's on the air now. Tia, it depends on how removed the amazing person was. I might have to pass on that one. Jenna, but the best man knew, the bride knew, the groom knew. Knew what? What they knew? That they weren't happy? That might be how they know that they're better for each other. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm just saying. What time is it? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to check all my messages. Now, if it was something that wasn't my friend, what? If it was something that wasn't my friend, that situation might be different. I mean, the thing that I'm learning is people are connected in more ways than we realize. That's one thing that I'm learning. And, I was challenged on something earlier where a friend of mine I was telling a friend that I was open. And after conversation, it became clear, yeah, I say I'm open, but I'm not really open because I had all these stipulations. So either you're open or you're not, And I don't know. It's a new year. I'm trying to be, Jesus. You're listening to WXNA-LP Nashville 101.5 FM, and you are tuned into Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. If you are just tuning in, hey, hope you're having a great day. Tracking back, that was Happy with Fool for You. And I do want to share with you that the CDC recommends protecting yourself and others against coronavirus by staying up to date on your COVID-19 vaccines. The new booster protects against both the original virus and the Omicron variants, BA4 and BA5. For eligibility and vaccination locations near you, visit vaccines.gov. If you are just tuning in, hey, so glad that you did. We're having a conversation, and basically what we're doing is we're talking about a gentleman whose ex-wife he was with for almost 8 years. And, a man was with an ex-wife for 8 years and married for almost 5. They have a young child together. He's been divorced for 8 months, And he's trying to reconcile with her. He wants to get his family back. He wants to get back with his child and reconcile. And he says she's the love of his life. He's realized that though they've been divorced for 8 months, she's the love of his life, and he wants his family back. The problem is that since they have separated, she has been seeing his ex-best friend, and this ex-best friend was actually the best man at their wedding. So he's crushed about this, and he's trying to show her that old boy is a manipulator and a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her during their time together. And he really feels that he's the best man for her. Like, he's like, we need to get back together. He wants his family back. But she continues to date the other guy, even after his true colors have been shown, and after he's done everything, to make things right with her and to win her back. And he wants to know, how should he proceed, knowing she's making the wrong decision. He has basically done everything that he believes, I guess should have won her back. But it sounds like she's done. It sounds like she's moved on. Different advice that was given has been to move on, which we empathize. I understand you can't just move on when it's true love. It is going to take time. We've also been advised to go to therapy, and go to therapy, surround yourself with people who who you trust, and try to co-parent. The conversation came up with some pretty great people on TGI Jelly on Facebook, as well as TGI Jelly on YouTube, asking, what about the bro code? Now, I am not big on the whole bro code, girl code thing. I kind of stopped looking at that past 25, but some people that's big on. Because I'm like, so you're going to miss out on what could possibly be the greatest thing that ever happened to you because of this. We don't know how close the guys were. Just because he's the best man doesn't mean he really was the best man, because clearly who's he with? He not with him. He with her. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. So I was asking the question, like, could you do this? Could you be open to someone that was involved with someone that you knew at one point? And so Jenna says, I'm sorry. I'm not dating anyone that dated, married, etc. a friend. She said, just like dating friends, family members doesn't always work out. She thinks about the fact that your friend was intimate at one point with that person. Kind of weird. I mean, in this day and age, somebody's been intimate with somebody. I'm just saying. So, just knew they were friends. No, just knew they were friends. Tia says, depends on how removed the amazing person was. I might have to pass on that one. Jenna says, but the best man knew, the bride knew, the groom knew. What are you saying they knew, dear? Jenna says, now if it was something that wasn't my friend, that situation might be different. Oh, if it was someone, typo. Okay, cool. Jenna says, I wouldn't do it, and no, their situation is too close for comfort, but folks are going to do them. I just couldn't. I mean, and that's why it's good to, just have a conversation and to know yourself. Tia says the ex-best friend may not even be the issue. She could very well still not want to reconcile, new relationship or no. That's true. There may just be too much water under the bridge in regards to their failed relationship. And that's true. We don't know who approached who. We don't know if the best man has always been in love with her. It could have been a thing where they were friends since college and the other guy jumped first. And so he just kind of was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to say anything. We don't know. What we do know is they're together now. They're together now, and apparently it's going well. And I don't know, like I said, I have just been really trying to consider, when I say I'm open to something, am I really open? I feel like I have, and probably a lot of us have probably, caused ourselves to miss out on various opportunities because of fear of what someone else thought, or because of, things that seem too close to home. I don't know. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying she's wrong. What I'm just saying is be true to you. Be true to you, because if somebody does you wrong, you may end up dating somebody close to them, just as close as their father. Here's Date Your Father by Ebony. You listen, Dear Jelly on the X. I love this song because she says, if you break my heart, I'm going to date your daddy. Now, how close is that? Hey, Jasmine. It is crazy when you think about all these different type of situations. And I am just curious as to how many people have gone through this. I even like the church that I used to be a member of, the pastor used to date one sister, and that's how he ended up meeting the little sister, who he's been married to for like 50 years or something like that. 40, 50 years he's been with the little sister. He was dating the older sister, but they didn't really get along and realized that it wasn't love. And so, and everybody's okay with it. Because sometimes you gotta do what's right for you. I don't know about this song, Dating Your Father. You're gonna be my son, you're gonna call me your mother. I don't know about all that, but it's hilarious to hear the song. Jasmine, I hate to say it, but it sounds like the woman is completely done. Yes, the ex wants her back, but does not seem like that is anywhere in the future. He may need to focus on himself for a bit, then perhaps look for another relationship. True. And we don't know what the future holds, truth be told. She might just be messing with old boy to really show him, remind him what he's missing of. We don't know. I mean, we don't know. Maybe she knows he's not ready. Or maybe she'll end up marrying the best man. Best man I can be. We don't know. that is funny song though. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM and tuned in to Dear Jelly. Hey, 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 this is DJ Jelly. I'm so glad that you tuned in. Tracking back, that was Ebony with Date Your Father. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking about a gentleman who was with his wife for almost 8 years. Well, he was with his wife for 8 years, married almost 5. They've been divorced about 8 months, and they have a young child. He wants to get back with his ex-wife, but she's not going. Paraphrasing, she's with his ex-best friend. This is the man that was the best man at their wedding, who clearly has shown to be the best man for her. He says that he's trying to show her that he's a manipulator, a liar. He hasn't been honest with her. He's basically trying to let her know that he's a better man, but she still hasn't come around, even after he's shown his true colors, and he's done everything to make things right with them and try to win her back. He wants to know how he should proceed. So that's what we've been talking about today. And it's just such a sticky situation. But one of the things that we definitely want to do is empathize and acknowledge, his pain, their pain, acknowledge you can't just get over people. But try therapy, surrounding yourself with people who love you and safe places for you. And just try to cope here in a healthy way. If she's not coming around, then might be time to move around. Jasmine says, I hate to say it, but it sounds like the woman is completely done. Yes, the ex wants her back, but it does not seem like that is anywhere in the future. He may need to focus on himself for a bit, then perhaps look for another relationship. Jenna loves the last song. She says, I love the song, though. If you break my heart, I'm going to date your father. So you're not going to date his friend, but you're going to date his daddy? Father, you're going to call me your mother. Yes, that is what she said in the song. DJ Juan is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Juan is in the house. Hey, DJ Juan.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good.
DJ Juan is walking the building, rocking his WXNA apparel. And were you listening to the show?
I could a little bit.
What do you think?
I don't know. I guess I think I need to hear the other side of the story.
You're getting some shout out
from the brother.
From the best man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he probably was sitting on the sideline and watching an amazing woman being probably treated like crap. And I mean, hey, maybe he consoled her. They took the opportunity.
The shoulder to cry
on. And I am not against it.
Yeah.
I am not against it. Because I just feel like you might miss out on something amazing worrying about a bro code or a girl code after 30. We don't know how old they are, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So if you weren't happily married right now, could you do something like that? Like if it felt right, even if it was your ex's bestie.
If you were
single.
Yeah, if I was single, if I was who? The ex or the best man?
If your ex's maid of honor was available.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know. I think it would,
yeah, you should see his colors.
Yeah,
he's turning all pink in the face. He's like, let me not answer that question. My wife might be listening. No, just kidding. We're just having a conversation, y'all. We're just having a conversation. You got some shout outs and saying, hey, DJ Juan. Hey, DJ Juan.
Hey,
everybody, be sure to stay tuned for the International Echo with DJ Juan coming up next. We appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Couldn't do this without you. Wouldn't want to do this without you. Thank you guys for being here. Love you much. And at the end of the day, y'all, do what's best for you. Do what makes your heart happy, because guess what? You only get one heart, one life, and you deserve the best. All right. Love y'all. And I'll see you next week. All right, y'all. Have a great one. Love ya. I gotta get out the way so DJ Juan can get up in here.